Have you ever got emotional watching a kids' TV show? Well, I have. The first time I cried watching Teletubbies was with the ending of Teletubbies Go. The second time was with this lost episode that I found at HMV in 2021. I went there during the pandemic and found this DVD on the shelf. Surprisingly, it was only 50p. Bargain! When I got home, I put it in the Xbox to see how good it was. There were no scratches or anything, it was in perfect condition. This was the title screen. I noticed that Twilight was on it, so I knew it was a crossover story. I pressed play and the craziness began. The opening titles remained the same and everything went well until the voice trumpet appeared. We did hear the classic catchphrase, "Where have the Teletubbies gone?" but Rarity was the one who said it.
Where have the Teletubbies gone?
I was so confused. Why on earth was Rarity the voice trumpet? Scene 1. Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy were flying around happily when all of a sudden they spotted Laa-Laa. Laa-Laa was playing the guitar, but not like a silly Teletubby. This was like a professional guitarist. The song that she played was May the Best Pet Win. Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy sang along, and that took me by surprise. And knowing the Teletubbies, after the song was done, Laa-Laa shared a big hug with Fluttershy and Rainbow Dash. Scene 2. Dipsy was walking around happily, and then he spotted Rarity. Dipsy said, "You look so beautiful." Rarity blushes and says,
Thank you, Dipsy.
Plus, she gave Dipsy a kiss on the cheek, which made him laugh. I found it heartwarming to see Dipsy get the love he deserves. The magical event for this DVD was the Dancing Bear, and as this was a crossover, they needed an MLP character to help, and who better than DJ Pone 3 to make a remix for this dance. And in a dramatic twist, the Teletubbies got up and danced along. Even I danced along with this moment. It was amazing. Scene 3. Applejack was walking around happily when all of a sudden, Po came out of nowhere, riding her scooter. Po stopped and spoke to AJ. AJ says,
Can I have a go?
Po said yes, and they both rode the scooter all across Teletubbyland, and it ended with Po and Applejack having some Tubby toast at the Tubbytronic Superdome.
What an amazing adventure,
said Applejack, and it ended with them sharing a big hug. Another fantastic and heartwarming moment for this lost episode. Scene 4. The final scene before Tubby Bye Bye was this. Tinky Winky was sitting on his own and he needed a big hug, and that's when Twilight flew in, and she provided the big hug that he wanted. Thank you so much, said Tinky Winky.
You're very welcome,
said Twilight. This scene went from heartwarming to hilarious, because Pinkie Pie could see the hug from far away, and she filmed it on her phone. That led to the Nunu chasing after her. I laughed so much at this scene. They ran all the way around the Superdome several times while the Benny Hill theme played.
What's going on over there?
Said Twilight. Oh, nothing much, said Tinky Winky. Just a regular chase around the house. They both laughed. Shockingly, there were no tummy tails, because this special DVD was only 45 minutes. I didn't mind. This is when the tears started to flow. The voice trumpet said those dreaded ending words.
Time for Tubby Bye-Bye. Time for Tubby Bye-Bye. Time for Tubby Bye-Bye.
Which meant it was time for the main six to go home. But there was a problem. The plane they had could only fit 5 ponies. That means one of them had to stay behind, and Fluttershy kindly volunteered. Twilight and AJ bid a fond farewell to their friend. As they walked off crying happily, Fluttershy went inside. Fluttershy found a piano inside the Tubbytronic Superdome and sang her world-famous lullaby, Hush Now, Quiet Now.
Hush now, quiet now, it's time to lay your sleepy head.
Hush now, quiet now, it's time to go to bed.
They fell fast asleep instantly. Fluttershy gave them all a kiss goodnight. She left the Superdome, went up to the camera, and said this.
The sun is setting in the sky. Teletubbies, say goodbye.
And Fluttershy sang Silent Night to end off the episode. Ironically, that was the name of the DVD. The Teletubbies were all sleeping, and the snow started to fall. Near the end of the song, Teletubbyland was completely covered in snow. Some amazing shots were shown, and it ended with the baby sun going down happily. The Ragdoll logo was fine, and it went back to the main menu. After it was finished, I took the disc out, put it back in its case, and placed it into my Teletubbies collection. I was so happy that it wasn't scary, but I was overwhelmed with how emotional it was. I went to my mum and told her about the lost episode, and she was blown away with how amazing it was. She hugged me, and I cried on her shoulder for 30 seconds. Now you know, not all lost episodes are scary. Sometimes they can be happy and emotional, just like this DVD. This episode was broadcasted in December of 2025 on BBC One and was rated the highest crossover episode of any kids TV show. From a lost episode to a fantastic crossover episode. What an amazing day for the main six and those Teletubbies.